Just this weekend, the New York Times reported the population of detained migrant children has jumped fivefold since last summer. Fivefold in a year. Because of the growing crisis, activists like Milana were stepping in. She's now partnered with the Vera Institute of Justice. They provide legal services and representation to immigrants facing deportation. We caught up with her in San Diego.
Hace 3 meses, eran como las 6 de la mañana, yo me iba a trabajar. Estaba lagueando el gate cuando llegaron los de la mía, pues no me preguntaron cómo te llamas, nada más me dijeron el ICE. Y me esposaron y me llevaron.
I spoke to an ICE officer and he was like, oh, you know, your dad's been detained. And then after that, I think that was like the last phone call that's the last date I ever heard from him.
And when you did talk to him, how did he sound?
I could tell that he was crying and that he wasn't fine. But I had told him oh, you know, I found a lawyer, so we're gonna be fine.
We hear a lot about these stories of immigrants that come over, but to really get a very specific idea of what they go through, I hope to share with you stories that we learned today about their process.
En los primeros días sí me daba pena que me miraban, hasta me lo cubría. Ahora ya no me da nada.
¿Y qué piensas que ellos piensan cuando te miran?
Que soy un delincuente.
There's a judge from out here in California who says that these are death penalty proceedings happening in traffic court. And that is definitely true. The stakes could not be higher for people, but despite how high the stakes are, you know, they are not being given an opportunity to have their due process rights protected.
The bright spot, too, in the past 2 years is that there's really this growing national movement of cities and counties, states, local governments really coming together to put in policies in place to protect their immigrant residents.
They're not coming here for handouts. They're coming here to work hard. And who are we to say that they can't just cross that line and be themselves and reach that dream? It's literally a line in the sand.
Milana and the Vera Institute just recently announced the Safe Families Fund to help support immigrants who are facing deportation. The Vera Institute found that when immigrants actually have access to an attorney, they are 10 times more likely to win their cases.